Hello there, plannerets. Are you feeling cluttered? If your brain feels full, your to-do list is scattered, and the week ahead already feels overwhelming, which it seems like from what's in the chat right now, you're not alone. You want to feel clear, calm, and in control, not like you're behind before the new week, or the new month even begins. So today, that's what we're going to do, is we're going to do a brain dump. It's going to help get everything out of our head and onto paper, so then that way we can actually do what really matters and start the week with more ease and intention. So today you can do it with me. So I want you to join me for this guided brain dump session. I'm going to walk you through it step by step. So don't worry if you are new to brain dumping. We're going to use my free Calm and Clear starter kit printable. Now, I have pinned it to the chat. It is also in the description. So if you haven't had time to download it and print it yet, that's okay. We can use a blank piece of paper or a blank page in your notebook, all right? So we're going to do this together and we're going to reset our mind. So let us go. Okay, before we do our brain dump, I want to ask you, how are you feeling right now? I see a few things in the chat, so I'm just going to go look that over. How are you feeling right now about the week, the new month? I want you to type it in the chat, or if you are watching on replay, pop it in the comment section, because then we're going to then reflect later, once we've done the brain dumping and we start a weekly reset, and then you can see that how a brain dump is going to help you. All right, so let me know, how are you feeling right now? And while you're typing, we're going to say hello to who's in the chat right now. So we have MT888. Oh my gosh, am I actually going to catch you on a live? You are here in a live. Now, please remind me again your first name only, of course, if you want to. I'm thinking from the way my brain was thinking last night, the M, is it Michelle? Let me know. And who else is here? My comments is different from what I am seeing here, so I'm just going to go down the list. Cindy, I know, is here. Hello, nice to see you. Brenda is ready for this and really need it. Have jumbled amount of stuff in my head, and I think MT also says, same Brenda, it burns a lot of mental energy in the background. That is correct. Hello, Cindy, nice to see you. I appreciate you being here, and I'm loving that everyone is saying hello. Melinda, kia ora, nice to see you. Afternoon. Oh, lovely to be able to do this with everyone. I'm loving it. Susan, hi, how are you? Nice to see you again. I love it. I feel behind already. That's okay. We're going to do this together. And the great thing is, it starts now. We're going to get everything out of our head and down on paper. Stephanie, hello, Plannerets Assemble. Happy to be here and hope you are all well. Feeling blue mood tonight. Hopefully after we have our brain dump session and we spend some time together. Blue, I'm assuming Blue's feeling a bit sad, that we can bring you some joy, Susan. Nice to see you. I'm loving it. Swamped, overwhelmed, spinning plates. Oh, yes, I use that as one of my analogies, this trying to juggle everything in the air, a little bit behind today. Yes, everyone seems like they are feeling the same way. Yes, I'm Michelle. I got it right. Woo-hoo. I love it. My brain is working this morning. Too good, Marianne. I'm loving it. All right, I appreciate. Thank you all for allowing to share with me how you are feeling, and hopefully after our time together and you guys enjoying each other's company in the chat, our brain dump will if not fully clear and calm us today and reduce the overwhelm, that at least we are going to put into place 1, 2, or 3 things that we can action today or tomorrow if you are already in your afternoon or your evening. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. So we're going to do a brain dump session. Let me put my planners aside. What I want you to do before we get started is let us take 2 deep breaths, okay? So breathe in through your nose, hold it, breathe out through your mouth, and relax your shoulders. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in, hold it, breathe out. This is one of the best ways to help you signal to your brain that unfortunately sometimes can get hijacked and think that there's always stress, there's danger, there's pressure, there's stress, there's anxiety. Breathing in will help slow down that heart rate. And try and do your deep breaths throughout the day, not just when you are feeling anxious, but before. So apprehension instead of prevent, oh no, is it prevention instead of apprehension? I always get those two mixed up. All right, so what we're going to do is just take those deep breaths anytime you are feeling like your heart rate is racing or your mind is spinning, like Michelle said, those spinning plates in there. So in today's session, we're going to do a guided brain dump together, and we're going to follow the steps that I have created in the brain dump guide. So for those of you who haven't yet had the opportunity to download this free printable, these are the things you will get from the printable freebie. I'm giving this away because I want us all to be able to have the opportunity, even if you don't have a printer at home, maybe save it on your phone, or if you have an iPad, and have it next to you. So then that way, if and when you aren't able to watch a live brain dump with me and the plannerettes here, then you can refer to this. It has a step-by-step guide of what we're going to do today. And then if you are new to brain dumping and you have too many things in your brain that it just freezes, there is also a brain dump trigger. So this a list like this was inspired by Brenda, one of our plannerettes in my Plannerettes Inner Circle membership. She created one for herself, and I thought that is a brilliant idea, especially if you are new to brain dumping. You know, what sort of things can I get out of my head and down on paper? Meals I need to plan, conversations that's spinning in my mind, self-care that I keep skipping and telling myself I need to do. So I want you to be able to be in a position that you are not trying to think up of things for yourself in the moment that you are already overwhelmed. When you're overwhelmed, stressed, and anxious, our brain shuts down. That's why we feel like we're behind. We feel like, I don't know what I'm doing, when any other time we are great at our job. But somehow when it comes to us and our self-care and our well-being, we're stumped. What are we supposed to do? And instead of doing this, taking the break, we keep going. We think being productive is, a form of getting things done, when in actual fact, you might be burning yourself out. And then, of course, this is just a grid paper. This is what I'm going to use today to write my brain dump. You can use just a blank piece of paper. It doesn't really matter because it's going to be messy. There's no structure to it. It's just a place to write down our thoughts, things to do, our fear, what we're doubting, any worries we may have, okay? And in the self-care, in the Calm and Clear starter kit as well, let me pop that in the where is it? There we go. I popped it in the chat for you, so then you can go and download that, save it on your computer, and print it out for later. There is also a self-care bingo card. Again, when we're in the moment of overwhelm, stress, burnout, and anxious thoughts, we cannot think for ourselves of the things to do to take breaks. The self-care bingo card, you can gamify it, get yourself a little marker or these bingo daubers and then make a game out of it. What self-care activity can I do this week? I'm going to go through this as well later on, so don't fret if you go, what am I supposed to be doing? It's okay. I'm just making sure I outline what today's session is going to be. So then that way, you know, yes, okay, it's coming up. That thing that Marianne spoke about, it's coming up. And of course, I also have a simple habit tracker if you want to track any new habits or habits you might want to be more effective for the month of August. Okay, so that is the free calm and clear starter kit that you can grab in the link below. All right, so let me quickly have a look. We've got some lovely chats going on. Yes, sending good vibes to you, Susan. See, I love you guys, my lovely community. Sending hugs to you, Susan. I had a great time in the lounge. You are so inspiring. So the lounge is the Plannerette Lounge. So we have weekly sessions in the private membership that, fingers crossed, I'm going to launch very, very soon. That's genius, Brenda. What did Brenda say? Did I miss something? I'll have a look. Where are we? Hello, Laura. Nice to see you. It looks like there she is. Hi. Hello. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I love it. I think I've got everything all great. Although I want to see what Brenda said. Did Brenda say? I feel behind already. Okay. Right. So what we're going to do, let us have a look at the first thing we need to do. Oh, thank you everyone from Susan. All right, so now for my printable, my brain dump, I actually printed it out on a notebook because I wanted to have it in my A5 Travelers notebook. But let me show you. So there's my brain dump printable. I'll talk about this page a little bit later. That's July 6th to the 12th. I didn't get to do my running to-do list, and then this was last week's. Okay, so I'm going to start a new page. So grab your blank piece of paper, grab your brain dump printable, have your coffee or favorite beverage ready to go, have your favorite pen, because what we're going to do is I'm going to put a 10-minute timer on the screen with a nice, lovely, soft music. Take this opportunity to write things down. So lots and lots of studies are out there that if you write things down, it helps not only retain the information, but for this purpose today, when we brain dump, is when things are inside our head, thoughts, worries, negative beliefs, self-doubt, imposter syndrome, all these things, if we keep it in there, it bounces from side to side. It gathers momentum. We start thinking even more that, maybe we're not good enough. Maybe we're not doing enough. Maybe we are falling behind, right? But when you get it out of your head and down on paper, first of all, it gives you a little bit of space. Then you can see it, like visually see those thoughts, and you are in a better position to look at it and go, is there something I need to prioritize today or this week? Or is this true? Or why am I feeling this way? It gives you an opportunity to remove yourself from the thoughts and see it for what it is. It's a message. That's all it is. It's a message for certain things. So we'll go through that in a sec. Susan, you are, where are we going here? Susan, you are seriously awesome. After our chat, I went for a walk for 30 minutes. This is what I mean about being part of a community and helping inspire each other and lift each other up. And I thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to make this space for us. Okay, so let us go 10 minutes on the screen and get everything out of your head, down on paper. No filter. Don't worry about spelling. Don't worry if it's grammatically correct. Let us go. How was that? How do you feel? Oh, that music always somehow lifts my spirit up. So I hope that you had the volume up and you were able to brain dump a lot of things on your mind. Let me just finish this last one. Tidy basket by bedside table. Let me know who is doing a brain dump along with me, or are you just enjoying the company today? Well, let us quickly have a check. Hello, Betty. Nice to see you. Hello. I met Betty, I think, was it last week, live in person. And so thank you so much for joining. Michelle says, yes, lovely music. And then I'll make sure to pop it in the description. I added that into my Spotify playlist. There's a brain dump playlist of exactly the music I used today. So if you want to have the same 10-minute background music while you do a brain dump. Now, a brain dump doesn't only have to be at the end of the week or the beginning of a new week. You can do it anytime you are feeling cluttered. So if you are feeling cluttered maybe every day, then maybe you can do a 3 to 5 minute brain dump. Me too, Betty, love music. I love it. I can't believe I just wrote 50 to-do items that was holding in my head. That is a lot. That is good because that's not where it belongs. It does not belong in your mind. It belongs on paper. I love it. Susan says doing brain dump. I love it. So she's doing it alongside us today. Okay, so let me quickly have a look. So I've written a few things here that I need to, that was in my head. Now, if you are new to brain dumping and you still need more time, because I remember when I did brain dumping for the first time, I had a lot of things in there, just like, Michelle, more than 50, I'm sure, and not just tasks and to-dos, but worries, things that I feel like's holding me back, things I should have done, things I should do. So take as much time as you need. And remember, brain dumping is part of self-care. You are looking after your well-being. It's just the same way that if you had a cut on your finger, you put a band-aid, right? If your brain is cluttered and full of thoughts and full of things that you need to do, brain dumping is the same way. It's alleviating that pressure in your head. So brain dumping is going to clear your mind. No more trying to hold everything in your head. It's going to actually also help you better focus, because once you've written it down, and in a second we're going to categorize this, so then it's not just one big lump of things to do and then we're still sort of back in the same place of being overwhelmed. We're going to know what matters this week or what matters for today or tomorrow. Okay, we're going to help prioritize. And by brain dumping things out of your head and down on paper, it's going to allow you breathing space, because unexpected things are going to come up and you don't want your head full of the things in there, and then things, you forget things like names or why you walked into a room. I mean, those probably will happen anyway, but a brain dump is going to help you clear your mind, better focus, and give you that breathing space. Let's have a look. Check chat. Let's check the chat. Brenda has 37 things on the list, 30 items on my to-do list today, but that is okay. And of course, each of you will know your own capacity and what it is that you're able to do. Just do make sure that you do allow for some breathing space. So if something does come up unexpected, you are not feeling like, oh no, I've dropped the ball on some things, or you feel like you didn't get to do everything that's on your list. Susan says 33 on mine, but a lot are just emotions. We're going to talk about that too, with the emotions, Susan. So I appreciate you also, because this week I've got a few things on my brain dump that's emotions as well. I have to add one more. My son just told me he just melted a plastic grocery bag on the stovetop. Oh no! Oh, no. Oh my goodness, Susan. Hopefully, That's good that he told you. Hopefully, I don't know, but Susan and I talk about these sort of things in the Planner at Center Circle. My son sometimes will, cook a pizza and not let us know. It'll be like, instead of the oven, it's whatever, the grill. He closes. So, Susan, they're not just emotions. They are yours. I love that. Grocery bag. Yeah. All right, so we'll talk about all these different things that we need to do. All right, let's quickly have a look at the next step of our brain dump session. Okay, it is wonderful we got these things out of our head down on paper so we can see it a lot clearer. So what we're going to do now is we're going to categorize it so then it makes sense. So then that way it's not just one big long list of things to do, of the worries, of the emotions that we have that we are feeling. We're going to categorize it. And you can categorize it, hang on a second. You can categorize it any way you want that works for your brain. But if you're not sure, I'm going to get you started. We're going to categorize these things into these different areas. Okay? We're going to highlight, circle things that you need to do for today or tomorrow, things we need to do for the week, things we need to do for the month, anything that has come up that's not for today or tomorrow, the week, or even for August, but we want to make sure we note it down so we don't keep it in our head. And then, of course, any emotions that have come up that we need to either challenge or reframe or listen to and find out what it is, what message it's trying to tell us. Oh, thank you so much, Brenda. Oh, what's happened with, let me figure out what's going on with my, what's going on? That's probably better. How's that? Yay. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you so much. Big heart as always. You are just beautiful. Yes, been there, Susan. Oh, exactly. Yeah. My one is the pizza. Yeah, my son by putting something in the pizza and not telling anyone. Yay, a reason to use the mild liners that have been sitting patiently on my desk. I love it. I'm going to show you how to do it. I have to try not to make everything green. No. All right. So what we're going to do is color it in, because we're going to go and prioritize it, and I'll show you how I prioritize, because sometimes if it's too many todays and tomorrows, then we will be back where we started with the overwhelm. So I'm using green for mine. Pick whatever color makes sense for you, or follow the brain dump guide. So have a look at your brain dump. What things do you need to do for today or tomorrow? That's either non-negotiable. It's like you can't wait until tomorrow. You can't wait until the following day. Okay, so be ruthless and just go, like, if you are like Brenda and have to, everything's for today, that's not going to be possible, because there's only a certain hours in a day, and you need to have a break. You need to eat, you need to rest, you need to go and do your self-care stuff. You need to allow for space for anything else that come up. Okay, so have a look. Still circle them, but we're going to figure out if it's still too much. So I'm going to put a timer on the screen, highlight things you need to do for today and tomorrow. Okay, all right. A few things for today and tomorrow. I even wrote something down twice. So that must have been pressing on my mind, which is planned for tomorrow's live stream. Let's look at who is here. Let's have a look. Brenda, the heart reaction is right in right corner was obstructing the word not in your sentence. I was like, huh? Why would you want everything to be urgent? I have to try to make yes, that little heart. Yes, do hit that heart. Hello, Lauren, the Jewish planner mom. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, let's go. Yes, so that was with the green. Okay, so how many did you highlight for today and tomorrow? Now, if you do have a lot for today and tomorrow that you've circled or highlighted, see if you can do what's called batch tasking. There are a lot of things for the desk, for your computer or kitchen things or planning for meals. So just because there's a lot of things on the list, if a lot of them are the same type of task, then you can do what's called batch tasking, where you go and put your timer on for 25 minutes, answer emails, do your admins, and so you can do them all in one go, and you are going to be more effective that way rather than stopping, starting, or doing a little bit today and a little bit tomorrow. So that's when it is okay to have a few things on your list of things to do for today or tomorrow if there are similar stuff. Okay, so let's quickly have a look. What is the next thing on our list? Have a look at your list, and for me, things that you would like to do for the week or for the next 7 days. So I'm going to use my blue. So this is the zebra mark liner, and I am using the fine tip end. But if you want, you can use the highlighter chiseled end to highlight your tasks. So 1 minute on the timer. Have a look at your list. What are things that you would like or need to action, review, or look into? Does not necessarily mean you have to complete, but need to look into or address for the week or the next 7 days. All right, so Michelle, got your blue? Let us go for things to do for the week. Okay, all right. I've got a few things for the week. A lot of them are things I need to do each and every day. Some of the self-care things. How did you go? Did you highlight a few things for this week? I'm going to show you how to prioritize them. So nothing yet apart from categorizing or grouping them. Now, when you do your own brain dump and you maybe have a lot of things that you're doing for today and tomorrow, and that's all it is, maybe you can categorize differently. Maybe things for work, things for the home, things for the family, things for the kids, your project. So again, always try different things and you will find things that work for you, the way your brain works, whatever season you're in, your lifestyle. So this is just one of the ways. And so I have found this actually works a lot better for me because then I get to focus and funnel it down. So I'm going to show you visually what brain dumping, categorizing, prioritizing, and then planning does and how it helps you be cluttered, overwhelmed into focus and intentional. Okay. I was today years old when I realized mild liners are double-ended. Did you not know that they were double-ended? Look, I didn't know for a while. You wouldn't know because look, you wouldn't like it's all the same color. Okay, so yes, they are double-sided, and then you've got the fine tip, and you also have the chisel tip. So there you go. So that's brilliant. I'm so glad you found that today. I love it. I love it. Michelle says, my week is going to be busy. I have a periodic inspection. So you have all that. So we're going to help you break things down so then it's not too overwhelming and not in one big bucket of things to do. It's about breaking it up into small, actionable, doable steps. So I'll love it. We're going to help you there. Yes. There's these things I wouldn't know when I first bought them back in 2017. I think it wasn't until 2018, 2019 that someone said, yeah, they're double-sided, so this is brilliant. And now you can create finer, and the double-sided is what I use for my headings. So when I do my headings, I use the double-sided to create the finer lines, or, finer than the chisel, that is, okay? So I'm so happy I was able to let you know that part of the zebra mildliner. Okay, let's look back at our brain dump guide. So for those of you following along who are new, and of course if you are watching on replay, this is part of the Calm and Clear Starter Kit printable. So these are the things you will get. See, you get all of these, and you can print it, put it in your planner, or save it in your iPad or your phone if you don't have a printer at home. Okay, so I am here to help you, because if someone helped me earlier on in my time of anxious thoughts, low moments, then, I would feel that that I'm not behind, that I would feel that I'm not alone at feeling all these things, and I would feel that I can manage things. So I want to be able to have that opportunity to be able to give someone who's like me, a few steps back, or a few months back, or a few years back, feeling like, how do I get out of this? How do I get myself above water? And so that is why I created them. And a lot of these I created individually at first, and then I went, you know what? This is a great little package to help us reset and declutter our mind. Okay, so what's the next one on our list? So we've done the blue. The next one for me is purple. So grab your purple. So anything on your list that you need to look into for the month of August, or later on if you're watching this later down the track, for the next 30 days or for the month. So grab your marker, things you need to look into for the month, or for this month. Okay, 1 minute on the timer. Okay, and I see a familiar face in the chat. Hello, Ronnie Cat. I've missed you. How have you been? Hope you have been well, and making sure you are looking after yourself. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I didn't have a lot of stuff already. A lot of my things for this week is really the big tasks, which I know I have to, when I start planning, is break them down into small, actionable daily tasks. So the next thing on our list is Yellow. Did you put anything on your list that is not immediate? Look, it's not something I need to do for the month of August, but I don't want to forget it, or I want to give myself a reminder to look into it, whether it's the following month or later down in the year. Making it, and hope you are all doing great. Yes, I'm so glad you are here, and I appreciate you for taking time to join us today. Ronnie Cat, miss you. All right, so this time it's yellow, so have a look. What sort of things on your list that you want to look into after August or later down the track? Okay, so I don't have anything for August because August, September, beyond September, because the things I need to do for the following month I got to action first this month. So I'm not worrying myself too much, but if you do have anything that pop up, highlight it, whatever color. For me it's yellow, and then you can refer back to it later on. So let's have a look at my previous brain dumps. See, this is what will happen when you do brain dump on a weekly or regular or consistent sessions is your brain will start to trust you, to know that, look, every week or consistently, Marianne will do a brain dump. So don't worry. Don't try to store everything in your mind. Don't overwhelm yourself. So it's about training our mind and trusting it to go, look, things may be a little bit overwhelming at the moment, but we have an opportunity to dump and declutter our mind at the end of the week, whether it is with Marianne or you watch any of Marianne's, replays, that we will do it. And it gives us, and so if you're feeling at the moment that it's a lot, keep doing it. And it's a practice. Like anything else, you need to do it often, again and again, for it to feel a lot easier. So you may be feeling overwhelmed at the moment with so many things that's on your list. It's okay, because I'm going to help you then break it down and only focus on the things that matter right now. The brain dumping for things that we have for later down the track, it's giving our signal to our brain that go, I know you know, they're all supposed to be important, and they're all supposed to be urgent, and they're all supposed to get done today. But let's focus on one little thing at a time to help ease our mind, ease our heart, ease our tension on our shoulders. Okay, so I love that. Okay, let's quickly have a look. I was panicking that I almost filled a whole A4 line page with tasks, but now that it's color coded, I feel a lot more in control. Yes, Michelle, that's what it's all about. See how you can visually see. Remember at the beginning, even mine, it looked like, whoa, that's a lot of different stuff. But when you start to color code it, and even now you sort of go, oh, I've got so many things. What do I do with this? It's okay. This is why it's really good to have a step-by-step plan and trust the process and trust the system. I am so happy that you are able to see that, oh, okay, I know it's there for later down the track, but it's not something I need to look at right now. But I bet you before you did a brain dump and it's all there, you got to go, I've got to remember to do this in September, and then in October, I'm going to make sure I've got to do this, right? And it's that spinning the plates, trying to balance everything all at the same time. Do you scribble them out when they are completed? I'll let you know what I do next. I love it. So yes, you had a sneak peek. You had a sneak peek of what's going on. Yes, I'll let you know when I go and scribble them out. Okay, so what's the next thing on your list? Okay, so brain dumping is not just about writing down the tasks and to-dos. It's also a great opportunity for you to write down the things you're feeling, your thoughts, any self-doubt. So I've got a couple here that I have written down because it's been weighing on my mind. So any emotions or feelings that you have, there I am learning that they're neither good nor bad. They are just a messaging system. So if you can imagine the way you're feeling right now, okay, sad, blue, frustrated, angry, nervous, excited, if you can imagine them as if they are messages, right? So a messenger, it pings, right? You've got a little message. Hey, you're feeling sad. Hey, you're feeling overwhelmed. Hey, you're feeling lost. Hey, you're feeling anxious. Take them for what they are, which is a message. They're not bad. They're not good. They're just a message to tell you, to communicate to you, you're feeling this way or you have these emotions because of the certain things that's happening around you, certain things people have done, okay, certain things that, the environment you're in, the people that you're with. Those are just messages that, hey, you feel this because of something that's happened, something that might happen, something that hasn't happened, that happened 2 years ago, or something someone had said. So we note it down, we acknowledge it. Okay, for me, I'm feeling a little bit unsure, feeling a little bit lost, feeling a little bit, can I do this? Can I do this consistently? And this is more about my Plannerets Inner Circle private membership. I have wonderful founding members in there, but my anxious thought is when I open it up to the public, is this something that will work? Can I do it? I know it's working because we have a great little small community, but what if I open it and then no one joins? So that's the anxious feelings I'm having. And so those feelings for me are coming up because it's not so much that I can't do it. It's just that the task that's in my head are too big. I feel like, oh my God, I've got to do so many things. So it's communicating to me that I'm feeling anxious is because I haven't broken down the tasks that I need to do into small actionable pieces. Because once I have something, a guide, like step 1, step 2, step 3, all I got to do is follow step 1, step 2, step 3. But for me, those feelings are coming up is because it's either I'm clear of what I need to do or I don't know yet what I want to come out of it. All right. So what I would like you to do, for me, it is the pink one. So if you wrote down anything on there, right? So I'm saying cross it off, but before you cross it off, I want you to challenge it. So let me show you one of mine is I'm not ready to open the Plannerets Inner Circle membership. What if it's not good enough? So those are my self-doubt and my limiting belief. So before I cross it off, I'm going to challenge it. All right. So whether I do this on a separate journaling time is why am I feeling like as if it's not going to be good enough? It's not that it's not good enough. It's that I'm feeling anxious at the enormity, the enormity of the tasks that I need to do to get it prepared, or my perfectionism is coming in, going, I have to have it all lined up and all ready before I open it. And it doesn't have to be that way. Okay. So Susan says, I give my thoughts a color that indicates I want to journal about them. Yes, it helps to know that I'm indicating I need to dwell on the feelings more, but it can be later versus this instant. That's right. So it doesn't necessarily that we have to address it. So you can do sometimes when I did have quite a bit of worries in the past, I created worry log session. So it's like brain dumping, but instead of the tasks, I write down how I was feeling. So same thing, get it out of your head, write it down. And then once you've written it down, you go, why do I feel this way? What are things that's happening right now that's making me feel this way? And then you can then write what else. So I'll do a worry log session. So the steps that I take to help me work through my emotions. So let me write that down. Okay, let me see where I'm going to write that down. Let me write it down. So worry log session. Okay, so I can do that. I'm going to go and put that in, not this month, maybe next month. Okay, so there's my yellow for next month. All right, so go through any of the things that's on your list where it's emotional that maybe you need to go and look at and review and have a separate journaling session. That is a good idea, Susan. I will be using that. Thank you for sharing. This is what I mean about having a community that help inspire us and also give us things that we would not have otherwise have thought of. And that is why I always come out of these sessions feeling good, because I may not have everything or the solution, whether for myself or you may not have the solution, but you know that you have an opportunity later down the track to look into it rather than keeping it in there. So we don't want it in there, because that's when it gathers momentum and it gets bigger, especially if it's worries and sadness and frustration. So I want you to look at your list and have a look what sort of things that you need to either address later on, challenge, or cross off if it's not true. If you are saying to yourself, I used to say that I was a bad mum because I feel like I'm not doing enough for both my sons, or I'm a bad wife because I'm all, back when I was not able to self-regulate my emotions through planning, through self-care, through taking breaks, I would be screaming at my husband and saying really, really nasty things to him. And it makes me really sad about that, because I was not able to, it was because I was festering. I was keeping it all inside. And so it comes out with anger. It comes out with viciousness and nastiness. And that's a part of me that I never liked, because I would never, ever say that. Or if he said the same things that I used to say to him, I would be divorcing him. So that's before I did brain dumping, before I took into account how self-care and my well-being is important, more important than any tasks on my list, because without looking after myself, I'm unable to look after others and do the tasks that I need to do effectively. So I'll just put 1 minute on there. So if you need to go and write down later or schedule or plan what you're going to do with these thoughts that are, emotions, then do that. 1 minute on the clock. Okay, I love it. All right, so let me just, where are we? Okay. Let me just for a second. Okay, so Brenda says, sometimes I will write my worries on little slips of paper and put them in a jar with a lid. Then I choose a time that I'm going to sit and worry, journal, and pray about them. Love that idea. See, it's one of the ways that we are training our brain that, hey, I know I've acknowledged my feelings about this. It has popped up. I'm going to journal or be mindful about it at a time, because of course, if you're at work, you're not able to do that. But what you're doing is you are letting your brain know that I've noted it, I've acknowledged it, I've written it down. I'm going to refer back to it at a time that I have the capacity, the energy, and the focus to go and address it. I love that. Yes, Brenda, that is also a good idea. So what I've done with this is I'm going to journal my feelings. So I have 2 there, and I put a little checkbox, so then I'll know that that's something that I need to be intentional about and plan. Like that, Brenda. I love that. So maybe for those in the Plannerets Inner Circle, maybe, in our Plannerets Lounge, we can do that as well. So I'll talk, for those who's probably going, what's this Plannerets Inner Circle you're talking about? I'll talk about that in a sec. But let me know, okay? Now that you've brain dumped, we've categorized. So the categories that we've done are things for today, tomorrow, for the week, for the month, for later down the track, and anything else that we might journal, emotions we might journal about a little bit later on. How are you feeling? Okay, so let's take note. How are you feeling from when you felt at the beginning of this live stream? Are you feeling a little bit better? We're not saying we're going to solve everything in today. But what we're going to do is we're going to lighten the load. Okay, so I'm going to use the analogy that I always like to use when it comes to all the tasks and to-dos and the things that's in our head. If you imagine carrying a backpack, okay, so you have a backpack, it's however big the backpack you want, okay, so whatever backpack you have, all these to-dos, tasks, worries, feelings that's in your head, imagine they are bricks, okay? So they are bricks that you are carrying in your backpack. You've got this task, pop it in your backpack. Put it in your backpack, all right? So if you had the 37, the 50, the 30 tasks that was in your head at the beginning, you wrote it down. Imagine they are individual bricks that you have put in your backpack. Okay, if your backpack can't carry all those bricks, what's going to happen? You're not going to able, it's either the bag will break or you can't fit it all in, which is our day. We can't fit 50 things to do in a day. Okay, so if you can visualize yourself, the things in your head, the things you've brain dumped, the things on your to-do list are bricks that you are carrying with you all day. Do you need to carry them all today? No. Because some of those things are for next month, okay? So they're not even things that you need to do today. So each of these things that we have highlighted and circled, they're bricks. So let us just carry what we need to carry for today, what we need to carry for tomorrow. We don't need to carry everything for the whole week. Let's just look at the things that we need to do one day at a time. And because we have written it down and we're going to plan it, we don't have to worry about forgetting about it, or we don't have to worry about doing it all today. So if you could, because I'm a visual person, that's how it's like, it's all okay. It's only okay to carry these things if you are getting the groceries out of the boot of your car and bring it, all right? That's the only time you want to be carried, because you don't want to make 2 trips, right? That's the only time, because I was thinking, but we play this game that let's see how many grocery bags we can carry from the boot of our car to the kitchen counter in one go. If you want to play that game, good, but don't do it when it comes to your tasks, your emotions. You don't need to be carrying it all with you today. Let some things go. Because you know why? Because even if you carry it all and you feel like you can do it all, there's still things that's going to fall off the track. You're going to fall off the wagon with some of your self-care. So why put so much pressure on yourself right now with having to feel like you got to do it all or remember it all or schedule it all. Let's schedule it when we need to, okay? Let's have a look. Let's see. Journaling always helps release all the things holding you back. I love that. Yes, like that, Brenda. I feel more peace. I love it. This is all we're going to do, is just alleviate the pressure. Remember back in the day when you had the pressure cooker? It always used to scare me back, because my mum, when we were young, and the pressure cooker, you know, if you open it, it might explode. But just releasing a little bit of the pressure by just taking things out of our backpack that we do not need to carry right now. Okay, a little bit more clearer of what I need to do. I love it. Me too, Susan. Everything is still a lot, because we've just categorized. I'll tell you next what's going to happen. But at least I'm not carrying the bricks around all day, every day anymore. No, because we can carry those tomorrow. Okay, so imagine all these stuff that's on your list was in your backpack. We emptied it, right? And then when we emptied it, we haven't put anything yet in our backpack. We've just emptied it. And then all these bricks, okay? You know me and my pictures, okay? So let's have a look. Let's see how I can do a backpack. Okay, so there's our backpack. We'll pretend that looks like a backpack. There's the straps of the backpack, okay? So originally, does that even look like a backpack? Originally, we had everything. So then all we did, we took all the bricks, all the tasks, all the to-dos out of our backpack, all right? And then when we categorized it, all we did is we just moved things, we just grouped them, okay? Where's my green? Where's my green one? I can't find my green. Where's my green one? All right, Marianne's going nuts. Here it is, okay? So then these bricks that we took out of our backpack, we just went, all right, all the green ones go there. All right, so which is today, tomorrow, all the bricks for tomorrow, for the week, they go there. All the things we need to do for the month, they go there, okay? Things we need to go and look for after August, okay, they go there. And then any worries or thoughts that are holding us back, we've grouped them, okay? That's all we've done so far, is we've just grouped the bricks. So instead of all of it being in our backpack, carrying it with us, overwhelming us all week, all day, all month, okay? We just took it out. So you know me, and I love my visualization, right? So that's what we did. We categorized it. That's it. One step at a time. So then what do we do next? Now we're going to look at the things we need to do for today, okay? So if you plan on a weekly spread, you would write them on the whatever day it is that you have, okay? So let's say, all right, so for me, I'm on the 3rd. Anything that I have highlighted in green that is I can look at today, I will put it on my today list, or my weekly. Or if you plan on a daily basis, write it down in your daily planner. But here's a great way that I like to categorize my tasks and to-dos, is by using a running to-do list, okay? Now, running to-do list is based on the Alistair method, where you write your tasks on one piece of paper. One piece. Do not try and write everything down more than one page. The whole point of writing it down in one page is you get to see everything without having to flip the page. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to write down the things that's only for today, tomorrow, and the week. Nothing else. And I will show you how this alleviates the pressure and removes and reduces your 50 tasks that you had in your head, or you wrote down, or 37, into things that you only need to look at for today, tomorrow, and the week. Okay, now before I do go and explain what we need to do next, if you are liking this video, I would love for you to hit that like button. It'll tell me that you're enjoying it, you get great value from it, and it's going to help my videos show YouTube to other plannerets like us that's having trouble trying with overwhelming thoughts in our brain. So I appreciate it if you can hit that like button, and it'll tell me and everybody else that, hey, we're getting good value from it. Okay, thank you so much for that. So the running to-do list is, once you have categorized the things for today, tomorrow, or the week, that's all we're going to look at for the moment. Okay, because that is the thing that you have said to yourself matters in this moment. These other things, they matter too, but we don't need to look at them until the time comes. So I'm going to put 5 minutes on the timer. So this running to-do list is in the shop. I'll pop the link in the description for you. So it's available in A5, Happy Planner Classic, letter size, as well as Traveler's Notebook in the regular size. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through our greens, today's and tomorrow's, and our blues, and just writing it down in no particular order. This is the beauty of a running to-do list, and it's a live list, which means we can move things off it, we can add a little bit of things, but keep everything to one page. Now you may ask, Marianne, but I have a lot of things to do. Yes, you probably do, but this is the best opportunity for you to now ask yourself, what matters most right now? If you feel they all matter, then what's going to happen is you're going to be back at the same place of having too much. There's only a certain number of times, minutes, hours in a day. You can't do it all because you have to eat. You have to rest. You have to look after, take your breaks and look after your self-care and well-being. If you don't put those and don't allow for space, you know what's going to happen? You're going to burn out. You're going to get stressed. You're going to get anxious. And little things that come up that's unexpected, that could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. And I don't want that for you, because I've been there. I've been there where I went, go, stayed up 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning putting homeschooling. When I used to do the homeschooling for my younger son, didn't sleep because I've got to make sure I looked after his homeschooling and his development. And one day I broke, and thoughts would come in your head that's not nice thoughts. I don't want that for you. I've been there and it's not nice. So we need to make sure we're looking after ourselves and taking things out of our backpacks that don't need to be carried right now. So if you go, but I've got to write it all down. I've got to write it down for the list. No, you don't, because you have it written down here that you can refer back to once you have a little bit more space, once you have a little bit more energy. All right, so I'm going to put a timer on the screen, 5 minutes. This time what I want you to do, whether you're going to use a running to-do list like this, if you don't have this, open up your planner. Go to where you'll normally plan your day for today. So if you have a daily planner, write it your today. And then if it's for tomorrow, write it for your tomorrow. Or if you plan on a weekly basis, okay, let me quickly have a look. Where is one? Okay, let me just show. So if you plan on a weekly spread, right, write it down for today. Write things down for tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through the next steps. So this is that funnel I was talking about. I'll do a demonstration or illustration in a second. So 5 minutes, have a look. Today, tomorrow, and the week only. Write it down one after the other in no particular order. And then we'll go to discuss what's the next thing. Let's go. Okay. How did you go with your writing things down that you need to do for the day, for today, for tomorrow, and for the week? Did you put it right into your daily planner page or into your weekly page? Or do you have the running to-do list already that you purchased, or just popped it down on a list from top to bottom? Because you can also do this on a blank piece of paper, and I'll show you how to then allocate it for the days. So, Michelle, you asked about crossing off the things. So because I have transferred the things that was on my brain dump that I had prioritized for today, tomorrow, and for the week, and I have migrated it into a one piece of paper list, or if if you're going to put it in your daily planner or weekly planner, I'm crossing it off because I don't need to look at it again. So then I'm already eliminating having to review it again. So then that way, when I go look at my brain dump for next week and to see if there's anything on there that I need to carry over for the following week, I don't have to read through all these things again. Okay, so now with the running to-do list and the things you need to do for the week, I really cannot stress enough, keep it only to one page. Because then what will happen is if you have lots on there, that's where the overwhelm and the burnout is going to come from. You have to be strict. If you have no more space in your backpack to add another brick, you won't put it there, right? Because what will happen is the zipper will break. It's the same way as your to-do list. If you put too much on there, you're going to break. You're going to lose it. You're going to snap at people at work. You're going to snap at your children. You're going to get sick. You're going to be stressed. You're going to have a breakdown. And I don't want that for you, because it's not a nice feeling, because that's when the thoughts come in that you mustn't, that's the negative thoughts. And it's not a good place to be. And if you've been there for a long, long while and you're feeling stressed, keeping it to one page helps alleviate that pressure. And, opening up that little valve on a pressure cooker, taking 1-2 things out of that backpack. If you feel like things are feeling heavy, you got to go, what task does not matter to me at the moment? Because it's important you leave a little bit of space. This is space for things that will come up that's not planned. Any emergencies, anything that takes you away from your own tasks. But you also have to leave space for you. Okay? So let me have a look. Ooh, I love that. So crossing out migrated tasks from brain dump to running list. Yeah, or in your planner. So then you don't have to look at it. And various dopamine hits that happen when we cross things out. Now, this may give you false, dopamine hit, like as in, oh, I feel like I've gotten stuff done. But sometimes you need those little wins. You need those little rewards to go, okay, I've started to sort things out. All right, so the running to-do list, the reason why, again, based on the Alistair method, is you write your tasks in no particular order, but you have here columns of when you need to do them. Okay, so I'm doing, because it's Sunday here, so I'm starting it today. This printable download also has a Monday start. So what you do then, all these little tasks that you had brain dumped earlier and you said is for today, tomorrow, the week, then you make a little tiny little dot. See? Tiny little dot. So at the bottom, it's got the keys. So when would you like to action them? So now I have a lot of stuff for today, but a lot of them are newsletter. So there's 4 things that I need to write in the newsletter. So have a look. If you know that, oh my God, it looks like I've got 20 things, but if they're all 20 tiny little things, all for the one that you can batch action, so you will know your own capacity. You will know your own energy, okay? But the rule is try and have a hard number of how many tasks you want to assign for yourself for the day. either 3 to 5 or 5 to 7. Now, some of these things I'm going to be doing on a daily basis. I think some of them I have to put, like get outside, 11 push-ups a day. I'm having a no spend August. That's right. Yes, no spend. Okay, so every day I'm going to remind myself. So you, on your running to-do list, you can also put on there the habits and routines and self-care that you want to action. So this just gives you a nice visual reminder. Doesn't mean that, if you don't do it each and every day that you're failed. It's just a prompt for you. So there you go. No spend, get outside, 11 push-ups. So those are my goals that I have given myself for the month of August. All right. So the great thing with a running to-do list as well, I do have a video that explains it in more detail. It's in the description below. So if you want to watch that, by marking these little dots, you get to see visually, right? Because we can gather information a lot quicker when it's visual rather than spoken words. By knowing how many dots you have for each day, you go, oh my God, there's already a lot for today. I'm not going to assign myself anymore. So if you go, I have a lot to do for today and tomorrow, and there's already a lot, then you would go, you know what? That one can wait until Wednesday. That one can wait until Friday. This will help you prioritize. Visually, you get to see things that, oh my God, I can't do that all in one day. What things can I cross off? Or what things can I move to the following day or later in the week. Also, if you know Friday is your day off, like as in day off, not do anything, do not put tasks on that, because the whole point of a day off is for you to rest. If you're working outside of the home, traditional 9-to-5 job, and you have a rostered day off, don't put too many things on there. You might go, oh, but that's Marianne. That's when I have to do the cleaning. That's got to do the grocery shopping. Minimize the things so then you are really looking after yourself. That's why rostered day offs are given by the work industries, because they knew that if they don't give the employees a rest, they break, and then there's more sick days than work days. So it's there, take advantage of it, and don't put anything on your tasks or to-dos on the days you're supposed to rest. And the other thing is, if there's things on your list that are important, try and do them either earlier in the week. So if by any chance you don't get to do them all, you still have the rest of the week to finish them. Okay, so what we've done now, so let me show you visual what this whole session is about. So if you can think of a funnel, okay, so this is the funnel. So this was before our brain dump, okay, all these thoughts floating in our head, okay. So what we did is we brain dump, okay, wrote it down, and then what we did next was categorize, okay. So we're slowly narrowing the focus, and then we put on one page, okay, one page list. So now you're probably going, oh, I don't know if I can keep it to one page. Try, okay. If this is your first time putting only things on one page, you got to keep trying it again next week. It's a practice. It's a habit. You're going to get better at it. Okay, you put it on one page. And then what you do next is you plan for the day. Okay, so whether you're planning on, on a daily planner. So I'm going to look at my things for tomorrow, because I think I've written all the stuff for today. So let me show you. All right, so this is let me zoom out a little bit so you can see. So what have we got? Monday, okay, so Monday. So then I'm going to go down on my list. Monday, it says there, watch Superman, okay. So I'm going to watch, I've got a doctor's appointment, so I'm going to watch Superman. Watch Superman, okay. And what else is for review invoices, okay. So I need to review some invoices for our the therapist that my son sees. Review invoices. What else is on there? And then I've got get outside. I've got get outside there. I need to do 11 push-ups. And then I'm also going to remind myself, no spend. Oh, okay. So for the Superman, is that a spend? Probably, but it's part of my self-care. So it's not a frivolous spend because I should have done the Superman. Well, maybe I'll do the Superman today. Who knows? Watch Superman today. But anyway, no spend. So I'll make sure not to spend on stationery. Okay, so that's how you're doing the funnel. Where's my little funnel? Plan for the day, and then you only focus on today. So whatever day it is, you're focusing. So what happened is at the beginning of this session, we were overwhelmed. You had lots of stuff in your head, especially when you wrote it down, you saw how many you had. We categorized it, okay? So that was what, we categorized or grouped them, okay? So we grouped them. Once we group them, we're only going to look at today, tomorrow, and the week. So that's when we did the list. Keep it to one page. And then we plan for the day. What is it that we need to do for today? And then we only focus on the things for today. We know the stuff we got to do for tomorrow, for the rest of the week, for the month, later down the track, and we have all the worries. But guess what? We are now just focusing in this moment. And because we have written it down, we have a trusted system that we know that even if we forget about it later today, we have our list. We have our running to-do list. We have the brain dump for anything we need to look at later on in the month, okay? Steph says, I feel like I'm not moving fast enough. I'm a step behind in figuring out what is important. Okay, so the things to figure out what is important is if you had to go and help a friend, okay, there's an emergency. What can wait? Have a think of that way. So if you don't get to email Bob, okay, if you don't get to clean the bathroom, if you don't get to email someone, do whatever particular tasks, okay, this is when do the 10-10-10 rule. In 10 minutes, will it matter? Yes, someone might be pissed off that you didn't get something done at work, all right? In 10 weeks, will it matter? In 10 years, will it matter? Or just always think, if there was an emergency or, not bad emergency. So I'm not, conjuring up, but if a friend goes, Steph, I'm feeling really sad today. I just need a friend to talk to. Can we talk for an hour? What things on your list can you drop that won't matter in 10 minutes, in 10 weeks, or in 10 years? Have a think of it that way. That's the best way that I prioritize. Because you know what happens when we're sick and we don't go to work? And then we know that I know for me when I was in sales, in account management, in customer service over the phone, and I had on my, to-do list or, on the system, the Salesforce system, I had all these things to follow up, sales, customer service, right? But then I'm sick and I don't go in. Guess what happened with those things? I pick it up again later. Or another workmate will pick it, or the customer will call back and say it's urgent. Those are the things, the best way to prioritize is what matters to you right now, for you, for your well-being, for your health, for your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Because you cannot tell me that emailing Bob is more important than you. Bob can wait. the things we need to print out, things we need to organize. Because you know what? If we're not there, our work can replace us, can get someone else to do it. I think we put too much pressure on ourselves that we have to do everything ourselves, okay? So really important. Hitting right in the feels, Marianne, yes. And I can only, I've said this to a lot of my members in my community, is I'm no expert. I only know what I know because I've been there. I don't like having those thoughts in my head. And then I think of, my loved ones. What if I'm not here because I've stressed myself out so much? It's not a nice feeling. And I don't want that for you. Because let me tell you, if you don't give yourself the break, if you don't look after yourself, it'll get chosen for you. You will break later down the track. Don't wait until you're burnt out. Don't wait until you're sick. Don't wait until you're emotionally stressed out. These things are going to happen. Okay, these emergencies, the overwhelm, the frustration, they're gonna happen anyway. But guess what? When they do, and you look after yourself and you're taking your breaks, you're more resilient. It's not that you won't get sad, you won't get frustrated. Remember, those emotions are just messages and signals because of things happening around you, but you are going to bounce back a lot quicker. You're going to think a lot clearer. You can make decisions a lot better when you have put yourself on top of that list. So do not forget, on your to-do list, and this is where the self-care bingo card comes in. Because when you are in the moment of overwhelm, you cannot think. I know I cannot think. I'm over here crying, poor husband, I'm going, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't think I can do it. I'm not good enough. What if they see through me? How can I lead my plannerettes community about, looking after themselves when I'm over there on the couch scrolling and, feeling sorry for myself. Okay. But I allow myself to do that because I know that, okay, I've got my self-care bingo card. I can talk to my community. What do I need to do? Well, what's on your planner, Marianne? Well, I haven't written much on there. Okay, well, what's in your self-care bingo card? Pick one of them. Take 1 minute deep breathing. Okay, let's take 1 minute deep breathing. Put a timer on. So the self-care bingo card is not there as an afterthought. It is there for you to use so you can plan ahead. Okay, so then, here, for me, drink water. I mean, do I need to be reminded to drink water? Yes, because I forget. I'm working. I'm like, why do I feel like, my skin's not well, or, I'm dehydrated? Take your breaks. Put it in your planner. Make it pretty. Use the fine tip end of your zebra mild liner and then outline it and make all these little exclamation points. If you have a lovely, lovely friend that sends you care package with little stamps, use stickers. Okay? So really important that you look after yourself. Stephanie, you got this. I try not to overthink. Just go with my gut. Thanks for the motivation. I love it. Okay? I love the funnel. I just copied it into my planner. I'm learning so much. Thank you, Marianne. And this is all, I'm learning all these too along the way. I'm listening to podcasts and I'm like, because sometimes we actually know what we need to do. We are smart enough. I've talked about this in our membership. It's like we have led teams. We are great at our jobs, right? But somehow, somewhere along the way, when it comes to our well-being, we don't know what to do. And all it is because we're spent. We have put all the energy towards other people, towards other tasks, that when it comes to us, we think it's okay to, oh, well, it doesn't matter. I'll rest when I'm dead, you know, or I'll have coffee once I've finished all my tasks. No, you got to put the more tasks on your list, the more breaks you need to take, because it's just like your pit stops. You know, you can't run on empty. If you haven't checked the oil, or you haven't checked the water in your car, if you haven't checked the tire pressure, we check our vehicles and our devices, and we let it rest more than we let ourselves rest. What happens when your battery is down to the yellow or the red, right? You charge it, you put it away, you don't look at it, you let it recharge. What happens when our computer is, you know, got 20 tabs open, and then you see that swirling little circle and it's overheating? You can hear the fan going louder and louder. We turn it off. We wait 60 seconds. Yet we don't do that for ourselves. Okay, so really important. Putting my self-care on the to-do list. Yes, I have just booked a weekend away for my husband and me. Woohoo, Melinda, that's wonderful. Staying in NZ, or are you traveling overseas? It's a weekend away, so maybe local. So what I need for you to do, whether you put it on your running to-do list. Okay, so for me, I've got the get outside 11 push-ups, and so there are 25 self-care ideas, enough for the whole month. If you just do 3 to 5 of this and schedule it in. Don't wait and go, oh, I'm tired. What is it? What do I need to do again? All right, schedule it in your planner. If it's, it will likely get done more if it's written down. Not saying that it'll get down, because I know sometimes I don't do it all the time, but if you do it again and again and again, you are more likely to action it. So I'm going to go and demonstrate for you. All right, so what did I have? See, I changed planners. I changed planners from A5 to personal. That's self-care. I took my break. I drank water. What can we do for today? Let's plan it. Am I going to go to the movies today? I'm going to journal for 5 minutes, okay? Because I had a few self-doubts that I had written down in my brain dump. So I'm going to put here. So have a look. What is it that you can do today? Journal for 5 minutes, okay? That's self-care. Anytime you stop and do something for yourself is self-care. Self-care is actually not luxury. It's a survival mode. It's part of you looking after yourself. So have a think of it. Who here has a vehicle? Do you have a car? Do you know when you need to bring it to the mechanic for its checkup? Do you have in your plan off to Wakatana? Ooh, I love that, Wakatana. Yeah, the mindful laundry one made me. Yeah. Where's that one? Where's the mindful laundry? Yeah, do laundry slowly and mindfully. Yes. Quiet time. No, Mom's doing laundry. Can't bug me. You know, just being mindful in the moment. So mindfulness is focusing on now and not worrying about the past or worrying about the future. Okay, so let me put this journal for 5 minutes today, because I do have a few of those self-doubt, limiting beliefs that came up from my brain dumping. Okay, and then once you do them, so if you schedule 3 to 5 for the week, if you have the little bingo daubers, or you can just, get your colorful marker and just, cross it off. So print one for the month. So then that way, you're gamifying it, because then the brain loves to gamify, little rewards like crossing things off. It gives you those happy dopamine hits. Okay, so let's quickly have a look. Yeah, mindful laundry. Let's quickly have a look. Yes, fabulous, Melinda. Have a great time. Oh, so nice. And remember, weekends away or little retreats doesn't necessarily have to be, going away. Go to a coffee shop by yourself. Go, I think it was Brenda who went to the bookstore by herself and just went, go to the movies by yourself. Have lunch in a restaurant by yourself. Have dinner, you dress yourself up, have a nice dinner by yourself. I've done that and it's nice. You have yourself a glass of wine if you're so inclined. Have yourself an entree and go. We have to take ourselves on a date sometimes, okay? I overdid it last weekend and that whole week for my oldest bar mitzvah, right? So time for you to take a break for yourself, Lauren. I planned rest after, but my body is making me rest too. Yeah. So look, we don't want to wait until our body makes us. Let's do it before that. Okay, so what have we done today? All right, so I'm all over the place. Let me quickly show you where I'm at. Okay, so there's my running to-do list. I'm actually going to pop it in here. Probably will just cut that and just washi tape it over so then I don't have to rewrite it again, or washi tape it here so then that way it's there. And then also you go, Marianne, what do you do with all these other things? Okay, so what you do with these other things is next time you brain dump, you go refer to them and just go, so here, get new bowls. So look, I can cross that off because I've done that. Video. So some of these I can, so in that one I got to hem my pants, okay? So you can go refer back. So that one, I've gone through it. Now that one, I've got to go review that, okay? So you can, having the brain dump, you can go and check it out. Oh, let's have a look. Yes, it's from my shop. Plan, make, reflect. And so this was the old one, plan, do, review. I changed it to plan, make, reflect, because do feels like you got to do it, but make, it makes it exciting because make can be creative stuff. We're gonna make bracelets in our in the Plannerettes Inner Circle. I have a shop. Yes, plan, make, reflect. Okay, so I have mugs. What do you call this? What am I trying to say? Notebook, hoodies, t-shirts. Yes, she has. Thank you. Yeah, she has. You can buy her merch on our website. Yeah, I thought it was just printables. So yeah, so the merchandise like the hoodies, the mugs, I use a company called Fourth Wall. So they do all the printing and everything else, and they do all the logistic stuff. But yeah, so the printables, and I've got a Tumblr as well. So yeah, the link is in the description, Michelle. Yay! And she has mugs and other cool things. Thank you, Steph. So let's quickly. Any other questions, let me know. So please, if you have a lot on your to-do list, maybe have a look, all right? There's a few there. Which ones can I leave for following week? And then, because really at the end of the day, if you had to go leave your house right now because a friend called and said, I need you, I'm feeling sad, right? You'll drop everything if you can and just go, what things can wait? Because or just because it's on your list doesn't mean that it's you that's got to do it. Okay? Delegate, ask for help if it's things for work. I know some of our plannerettes here have done that in the past, ask their boss, I've got so much on my plate. Is there any things that on there that you can give to a colleague, or can I get help from someone? You don't have, just because it's on your list doesn't mean it's you that's got to do them all. Get your kids to help out, or some things you might have to be a little bit more lenient. Like, if you do the laundry and you fold it, maybe give it to someone else to fold and put away, even if they don't do it the way you do it, right? So I have a food planner log that says plan, chew, review. I love it, yes. Exactly. So plan, reflect. And I think the review felt, I think I changed it because review felt very officey, corporate. Reflect it gives a different vibe. Yeah. Plan, chew, review. I love that one. Plan, do, review. Plan, chew, review. Exactly. And I think the plan, do, review is, I think, a Boy Scout thing as well. Okay. So now, if you want to know how to use the running to-do list, I do have a video that specifically walks you through all the different things there. So make sure to check that out after this session. And now, how are you feeling? Are we feeling good? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling hopeful that before really, and this is the thing, you're going to feel overwhelmed probably regularly. Okay, you're going to have a lot of stuff on your to-do list all of the time, but don't wait until you're no longer able to manage. If you have to do a brain dump every day for just 3 minutes or 5 minutes, do that until your brain starts to trust you that, hey, there is stuff on here that we don't need to do today. We can wait a little bit later. All right, so if you have the capacity or the energy to do more, then that's when you can add a little bit more. But don't put it all in, don't put it all, what do they say? Don't put it all in one basket. In our case, don't put it all in one bag. Okay, so now, like I said, I would love for you to hit that like button if you're finding value. And of course, if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do, because I think it says the people who watch my videos, 60% of you are not subscribed. So make sure you subscribe, so then that way you get to know when I come on and have a live stream, when I may upload new videos or new podcasts, and really, really would appreciate. And it looks nice. It looks nice on my channel when those numbers go up. It's vanity metrics, but like I said, these are we like, for us content creators, these are the things. At the end of the day, they don't matter as long as I'm giving you value, but they do make you feel nice. And yes, join the Planneret's Inner Circle waitlist. Thank you, my darling Stephanie. So I did say I was going to open up July, but I didn't anticipate my emotions when my older son turned 18, and so I felt quite sad about that. But I'm going to open it up soon. So there's the Planneret's Inner Circle wait list. You can get the QR code, or you can let's have a look. The link is in the description there. And of course, if you haven't yet downloaded the Calm Clear Starter Kit, so what do you get in it? These are all free printable. Yes, free. Come on, grab it. The only thing you got to give me is your email, so then I can send it to you. Brain dump, okay. You got the brain dump trigger list. So if you don't know what to write or what else to write, you have the printable. So it's a nice grid paper. So if you want to draw nice and straight, you've got that. If you don't know what type of self-care breaks to take, right, I've got a self-care bingo card. You can use that at the front of your planner. And there is also a habit tracker. And I haven't done a video about this recently, so I'll make sure I'll put that somewhere in August or September to do a video on how to use a simple habit tracker to make sure that, if there's any habits you want to do better at for the month of August or September. Now, your running to-do list is from the shop, so grab that if you want a printable. If you already have your own planner system, I think one of our plannerettes, Charlotte, she prints it and then she just bought a lined notebook, and so she goes and glues it on a normal notebook page. So that's another way you can grab my printables. That we've done a lot, and I've been here nearly 2 hours. Okay, so I'm hoping that you are all feeling a lot better, and not so overwhelmed when you first started at the beginning. Okay, so get everything out of your head, down on paper. Don't filter. If you need more than 10 minutes, put the timer on again for another 10 minutes or another 5 minutes. Organize your tasks into categories for today, tomorrow, and this week, and use only one page for the week to write your list. No more. Don't do any more than that. Okay? If you need to do more than that, wait until you've gone and actioned some of the ones that you have on there. You will feel better, because what will happen? You write it in more than one page. You're not going to get them all done. You're going to feel bad that you didn't get it all done. And then you're back to the beginning again. We're trying to break that cycle. Schedule your self-care. Okay, schedule your self-care and allow for life to happen. You got to leave a little bit of room, because life will throw things at us that we have not planned for. And now, if you want to make this part of your weekly routine, now here on the YouTube channel, I do this live brain dump session on the first Sunday of each month. When you do join up my Plannerettes Inner Circle, pop on the wait list, so then you know when I'll open that up. We do it on a weekly basis, because I know that throughout the week I'm going to feel overwhelmed. But we need to, a lot of the times it's not so much that we know we need to do it, but we need to do it with others. We need to have that proximity to know that we're not alone, that we are not the only ones having a difficult time with our emotions, with our tasks, with our to-do list, okay? So doing a brain dump once is wonderful, but doing it regularly is what's really gonna make a big difference, because we need to start training our brain to trust us, that we've got this, that we don't have to keep everything in our head. It's just like a weekly maintenance for your mind. When you skip it too often, overwhelm will build up and burnout will follow. Okay, so join us, the Plannerettes Inner Circle wait list. We're doing so many different things, and we're seeing so much transformations, and knowing that we're not alone. Okay, yes, thank you, I appreciate that. Okay, so really it's a lot easier when we do things with others, because if we're not supposed to be isolated people, we're supposed to be part of a community, we're supposed to be part of a group. Because being part of a group knows that if things are not going well, someone's there to help catch us. Someone's there to help inspire us. Someone is there to help lift us, and someone is there to help celebrate with us. So if you don't have a community that understands you loving planners, planning, washi tape, stickers, come and join the YouTube. I'm here again tomorrow, because I've got to go plan for the week. And so I'm going to embellish my page. So if you want to wait until, I come back on plan with me tomorrow, I'll have to go schedule that. Join me, okay? So if this is something like you need, pop on the wait list. It's just, I'm not saying that you have to join, but you never know. It might be exactly what you need. All right, so if you're watching on replay, I hope you also have found value in today's live stream session. I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing that came up from your brain dump today that surprised you? Drop it in the comments below, okay? So I'm getting hungry, and I'm sure you're probably very tired and need to go to bed as well, for those of you who are late, all right? So what is one thing, let me pop that up. What's one thing from today's brain dump that surprised you? And I hope that you have gotten value from today, and I appreciate you. I'll have the link in the video for the running to-do list in the description. I'll see you in that video. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you in the comment section. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.